Abuja, get ready for I Beg to Differ debate.
I feel optimistic to lend my voice, especially at this challenging time when indiscipline in schools reigns supreme.
People, especially students, have used this opportunity as an excuse to become lazy.
The premium brand debate of young stars exclusively on Nigeria Info FM, Abuja.
Students are becoming over-reliant in AI tutoring systems.
The competition is here and they are ready for the showdown. The winner wins 1 million naira and participates in the grand finale with students from finalists around the country. Be part of the debate through sponsorship. Call John on 08037003120.
In conclusion, AI isn't all good or bad. It depends on how we use it.
Thank you so much, Abuja, for staying with 95.1 Nigeria Info, and welcome to the semi-finals of the I Beg to Differ debate. Nigeria Info, Abuja. Now, in the semi-final, we have two sets of debaters. The first set will be starting off with them. Once we're done, we'll get to the second set. And the best two in each of the sets, the ones we pick for each of the sets, will face off on Monday, 3 p.m. for the finale. And we need to remind you that the grand prize is 1 million naira for the best debater of this competition. It's important we also remind you that our best four will go to Lagos to represent the federal capital. So a lot of factors will be put into consideration to getting the very best four to representing the FCT. Nigeria Info Abuja is having the very first edition of it. This is the first we're doing here in the federal capital. Lagos have had it 7 times and Port Harcourt once. But we're excited to join the train of I Beg to Differ debate and grateful for our partners, Press Pay NG, for just being incredible and supporting this debate from Lagos to Port Harcourt here in the federal capital, giving financial support for education of our young students. So if you're thinking about loan and all kinds of financial support for your student to get to the height of education, Press Pay NG is your go-to, and they are partners for this debate. We're also grateful to 3J's Restaurant and Hotel for ensuring that we enjoy comfort, and our debaters and all enjoy the comfort required during the course of this debate. Also, Call to Fly Travels and Tour is a strong partner, and they will ensure that we fly our debaters to Lagos for the national sometime in August. So thank you to all of our partners. My name is Kimberly. I'm one of the moderators.
And my name is Swat. I'm your able timekeeper right here, making sure the students keep to time.
Indeed. Swat will tell us about our judges.
Okay. For our panel of judges, we have Majid Ahiru, who is a researcher and a columnist
and a tech team lead of Luke's Terra Leadership Foundation.
Yes, indeed. And we also have Irene Bangwell, who is the co-founder of the 100 a Day Noscom School in Kuje, and she is also a girl-child coach. They are the impartial judges that have actually been making the work very easy for us all. And as agreed by so many of you, they've been very, very impartial. So they're sitting in their own corner, ready to go with us.
Indeed. And I don't think we would have scaled through this without them.
Indeed.
Because when it comes to money and a competition of this nature, people would have, oh, no, we think it's this person. But grateful we have them on our side. Indeed. To ensure that it is not controversial because they give it to their 100. All right. So our debaters are seated, and I'm sure they've caught their breath. They're well balanced and ready to go, because it's the semi-final. We expect to get, a much better performance than we've gotten previously from them today. Remember that as at Wednesday, 4 scaled through. ETOMI Benard Samuel scaled through. Excel, OMA-BENEDI scaled through. Chimerema Eberebe scaled through, and Cindy Paul also scaled through. And today, we're going to start off with the first set of the two boys facing each other. Quite interesting, as they'll be slugging it out. For our first set of debaters, we have OMA-BENEDI Excel. He's 13-year-old from government. OMA-BENEDI Excel is 13-year-old from Government Science Secondary School, Kasam Maitama. You're welcome. His opponent is also very fiery, a 13-year-old from Jewel Modern School, ETOMI Samuel Benard. You're welcome. They'll be taking on this motion. Capital punishment will eradicate corruption in Nigeria. That's the motion. Is that what the both of you have?
Yes, ma'am.
Capital punishment will eradicate corruption in Nigeria?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, Madam Swat is going to hand you papers, and then you're going to pick what side of the debate you are on. The motion, what side of the argument you will be on. Would you be for or against the motion? Would you be supporting it or begging to differ? We'll start with ETOMI.
Okay, ETOMI in this paper is the side you'll be taking. So you choose that and Kim.
All right. Okay, there you have it.
Tell us, why are you smiling? He's smiling so widely. I'm sure he picked what he expected, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Oh, so both of them are smiling.
Yeah.
ETOMI, let's start with you. What did you pick?
Supporting the motion.
All right.
Okay. And Excel begs to differ.
I beg to differ.
Okay. That's
All right.
interesting. Nice.
So you're okay. So ETOMI Samuel Benard, 13, from Jewel Modern School, will support the motion that capital punishment will eradicate corruption in Nigeria, while 13-year-old OMA-BENEDI Excel from Government Science Secondary School, Kasam Maitama, begs to differ. Let's remind you of the ground rule once again so that you put all of this into consideration as you present your point. Remember, we have the presentation, we have the rebuttal, we have the closing. If by some miracle there's a tie, we'll get to the tiebreaker and you'll be given more time to argue your point convincingly, and hopefully at the end of the tiebreaker would get who would emerge as our winner. And there are other criteria that will be looked at during the course of your debate. In the presentation, they will look at your number, quality, the originality of unique points that each of you make, the clarity of thought, your eloquence of presentation will also be evaluated. When we get to the rebuttal, they'll look at the number of opponent points that you're able to address, the strength of your rebuttal argument, clarity of thought, eloquence of your presentation. All of this also will be factored in the closing. And in each of this round, you'll be given 3 minutes each. I would advise you, make use of your time well. You don't need to give us, don't give us the time. Use it, okay? And present us with solid argument. Are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Okay, so Tommy, I suppose you pick the side that you support, right? So that means you would start, and you know the rule of the game is 3 minutes for you to marshal out your point. And that 3 minutes starts running right now.
Good day, honorable panel of judges, accurate timekeeper, ever-effective moderator, my co-debater, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I am ETOMI Benard Samuel from Jewel Model Schools, supporting the motion that capital punishment will eradicate corruption in Nigeria. For those who are not conversant with this theme, I would like to begin with a definition of capital punishment. Capital punishment can be defined as the death sentence meted out for a certain degree of offences, and I firmly support that capital punishment will be an efficient strategy to eliminate corruption in Nigeria by the following reasons. 1. Deterrence of potential offenders. The severity of death penalty creates a great psychological deterrent. Potential offenders might refrain if they know they could face the ultimate punishment from engaging in corrupt practices. The fear of death is more heightened than all other forms of punishment. This compelling fear would make individuals rethink before they engage in corrupt practices. 2. Reducing recidivism. Capital punishment ensures that individuals who have been convicted for severe corrupt offences cannot reoffend, and thereby removing them from the system or makes them otherwise continue to exploiting the system. 3. Symbolic statements. Implementing capital punishment sends a strong message that the government is serious about eradicating corruption in the society. This also helps to change the societal view towards corruption. Implementing zero tolerance for corruption can lead individuals to regain public interest in governmental institutions and overall rule of law. Number 4, economic and social benefits. Reducing corruption in the society would lead to more harnessing of efficient resources, improve public service, and enhance economic development. Moreover, a robust anti-corruption strategy like capital punishment would also make the country look attractive to foreign investors, thereby boosting their economy. Number 6.
Number 5.
Okay. Number 5. It's also number 5. Number 5 is that capital punishment also leads to a complementary measure for systematic change. Capital punishment should be part of a broader strategy, including institutional reforms, educational strategies, enhanced transparency, and stronger legal framework to combat corruption, as this would also lead to drive reform into institutions and strengthen them to be able to detect, prosecute, and even prevent corruption in our society. With these few points of mine, I hope I'll be able to convince you that capital punishment will be a very strategic and helpful tool to eradicate corruption in our beloved father's land. Thank you.
How did you do that? 3 minutes on the dot. All right. So
I want to believe that
he took the advice, Kim.
ETOMI has an internal clock. He just
I'm
knew
telling you,
when to
3
wrap it
minutes
up.
on the dot, he just stopped. Okay, quite impressive.
All right. In exactly 3 minutes, ETOMI convincingly put forward his presentation, standing by his motion that capital punishment will eradicate corruption in Nigeria. So we've heard from ETOMI Samuel Benard. It's time for us to hear from OMA-BENEDI Excel. And Excel begs to differ. Don't forget, we're live on YouTube and Facebook. YouTube is at Nigeria Info Abuja. Facebook is at Nigeria Info Abuja.
All right, OMA-BENEDI Excel, you beg to differ, and you have 3 minutes to do so. Your time starts running now.
I debated this question. Why take a life you never gave, nor can you create? Capital punishment is not the answer to corruption in Nigeria. It ignores the deep roots of greed and injustice, only contributing to the cycle of retribution, violence, and loss. With this, I extend my warmest greetings to the impartial judges, distinguished moderators, adept timekeeper, co-debater, dedicated staff of Nigeria Info FM, and valued listeners and viewers tuning in. I am OMA-BENEDI Excel of Government Science Secondary School, Piakasa in Maitama, and I stand firmly in opposition to the motion that proclaims that capital punishment will eradicate corruption in Nigeria. Capital punishment is the killing of an individual in accordance to the laws of a state for an offense for which he or she is proven to be guilty of by the law. But I'd like to identify the fact that capital punishment is not a solution, and here are my reasons. Firstly, capital punishment can be identified as a violation of the human right to life, as international human rights organizations like Amnesty International strongly oppose the capital punishment and view it to be an infringement to the right to life and see it to be inhumane and degrading. Bringing it home, the Nigerian Constitution reference Section 33, subsection 1 of the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria firmly guarantees the right to life. Furthermore, I like to speak on the fact that there is corruption in the judicial systems, and this corruption can undermine the fairness of trials. And also, in our day today, we can identify that judges and law enforcement officers accept bribes, which can lead to the unjust passing of capital sentences. Thirdly, there is a risk of executing the innocent, as it has been identified by Nigerian judicial systems, which have had numerous cases of wrongful convictions leading to irreversible mistakes. Take, for instance, Moses Akatuba, who was wrongly convicted and sentenced to death based on confessions obtained through torture, highlights the risk associated with wrongful executions. Additionally, there is a lack of deterrent effect, even though you may choose to argue that, despite the fact that the death penalty has been present in Nigeria for decades, crime remains prevalent in our society. This alone suggests the fact that the capital punishment will not merely deter corruption in Nigeria and bringing into question its justification. Fifthly, I'd like to speak on the inequitable application of the capital punishment. The inequitable application of the capital punishment focuses disproportionately on the poor and marginalized who are not privileged to afford a strong legal representation, highlighting systemic inequities in Nigeria today. Bringing me to my next point, I speak on the fact that the capital punishment can be of deterrence to the psychological factors of human beings, as individuals who are sentenced to death as well as their families have suffered effects that are both profound and long-lasting. I believe that if we can properly exploit other alternatives such as life imprisonment, long-term sentences, revocation of licenses, and so much more. And also,
Your time is up. Whoa.
All right. OMA-BENEDI Excel was still moving when the clock went up and went out, Abby.
Yes.
Yeah. So
They
that's
took your advice today. You advised
yeah.
them
I mean, it's
to
the
fully utilize the
semi-final.
time.
It is the semi-finals.
Yes, and I'm really impressed with that.
You need to make an impression, a strong
Yes.
one. I mean, during the course of the debate, we've seen people who made their presentation in 1 minute, 5 seconds
yes.
say that's all.
Exactly.
Like, we didn't even know 3 minutes.
So it tells you that these guys have gone prepared and they're just spitting it out like fire. Okay, that's
So
nice.
we just heard OMA-BENEDI Excel, who begs to differ that capital punishment will eradicate corruption in Nigeria. Before him was ETOMI Bernard, who supports the motion, and they have given us their brilliant argument for and against that. We will take a quick break, and when we return, we'll get to the rebuttal. Don't forget, I beg to differ. Nigeria Info Abuja is supported by PressPay NG, 3J's Restaurants and Hotel, Call to Fly Travels and Tour. Stay with us.
I beg to differ. Going back.
Abuja, get ready for I Beg to Differ debate.
I feel optimistic to lend my voice, especially at this challenging time when indiscipline in schools reigns supreme.
People, especially students, have used this opportunity as an excuse to become lazy.
The premium brand debate of young stars exclusively on Nigeria Info FM, Abuja.
Students are becoming over-reliant in AI tutoring systems.
The competition is here and they are ready for the showdown. The winner wins 1 million naira and participates in the grand finale with students from finalists around the country. Be part of the debate through sponsorship. Call John on 08037003120.
In conclusion, AI isn't all good or bad. It depends on how we use it.
Alrighty, and here we are, the rebuttal phase of the debate, where they will take on each other's point and perhaps counter-argue it. That's what we do. They'll get 3 minutes each to do that. It's I Beg to Differ debate, the very first edition of it here in the Federal Capital. If you're just tuning in, we have ETOMI Bernard, 13-year-old in the studio. We have OMA-BENEDI Excel, 13-year-old in the studio with us, and they're taking on the motion. Capital punishment will eradicate corruption in Nigeria. ETOMI supports the motion. Excel begs to differ. And this debate is supported by PressPay NG, 3J's Restaurants and Hotel, and Call to Fly Travels and Tour.
All right, we begin the phase of rebuttal, or this phase where we have rebuttal from each side, and we're going to start with ETOMI, who would be rebutting all the points made by OMA-BENEDI. You have 3 minutes to do that, and your time starts running now.
I would like to rebut one of the points that my opponent made by saying this. Capital punishment has been one of the factors in which corruption has been reduced in this society. Let's go back to history and take an example in the Ibrahim Babangida regime. Monday Asubo and Lawrence Anene and their gang were notorious offenders during the time of the military regime of General Babangida Badamasi Ibrahim. These offenders were very notorious criminals that had caused terror in the society. But immediately the military government apprehended them, and then after that we had not heard any other cases like. But capital punishment is also upholds a part of a foundation of the society called honesty. Since corruption can lead to murder or suicide. For example, if Mr. president bribes the INEC official to make him win the debate, and then the INEC official obliges the other people who have voted for the right person would feel bad, and then will lead to mass suicide as they know that the person elected is not capable of handling or representing the interests of the community. Also, we must also remember that capital punishment is a tool by the government to check the alarming rate of corruption in Nigeria. In today, where corruption is conversant with every society, even in minor schools and everywhere, even in the class that we are in, corruption is a major reason that has led to decadence in our societies. Hence, why don't we tackle this societal evil factor that has led to decadence and stagnatized development in our society, that are allowing it to manifest its full-grown bud and destroy our society without us having any weapons to go against it. Thank you for your rapt attention.
Okay, thank you.
And I assure you, Etomi, we're not just the only ones who were paying rapt attention. People are watching live on YouTube and Facebook, listening live on radio, paying rapt attention, sending us their feedback, and just wowed by the points that are being made. Judges Majid Dahiru and Irene Bangwell are also listening with rapt attention to put the numbers together. So, ETOMI Samuel Benard has given us his rebuttal, picked on a point or two from his opponent and argued with them. It's time for us to hear from Excel.
All right, Excel, it's time for you to give us your rebuttal to ETOMI's point, and you have 3 minutes. It starts now.
I remain Excel OMA-BENEDI, and while ETOMI did make some nearly valid points, I urge you to engage in your deepest convictions for a moment. Thus, prioritizing the execution of corrupt individuals over addressing the root causes of corruption in our society truly deliver justice. Of course not. You firstly spoke on the deterrence that the capital punishment may have. Well, I would like to inform you that despite the fact that the capital punishment and the penalties for heinous offenses such as murder, despite the fact that they have been in place for decades, corruption remains prevalent in Nigeria, and Nigeria still remains high on the International Corruption Index. Secondly, you spoke on recidivism. I'd like to take us away from the focus of Nigeria and go to countries like China who have applied the capital punishment. Despite the fact that China has made use of the capital punishment, it has not clearly eradicated corruption, as there are still bodies, individuals who engage in corruption who under the shadows without anyone detecting it. So I believe that. So I'd like to speak on another point of yours. You said that the capital punishment will make others refrain, despite the fact that it is dissuading. Nigerians are perseverance people, and I commend our people for that. You said on the fact that the military regimes, I would like to say that is a very detrimental fact, because the ability for capital punishment is laid on the government, the judiciary to be in particular, and some political powers may choose to abuse this to eliminate political opponents. Like you said, in the military regimes where political dissent was met with execution. You also spoke on the fact that it could better our institutional reforms, and I'd like to say that rather than changing our institutions or creating new ones, we should focus on those like the Economic Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, or the Independent Corrupt Practices Commission, ICPC, who have already dedicated efforts into ensuring corruption is removed. So rather than creating a detriment in our society, such as the capital punishment, causing deaths on a daily basis because corruption is prevalent in Nigeria, I'd rather say that we should develop these sectors. The ICPC and the EFCC should be properly aided to battle corruption better in our day and age. I would also like to speak on the fact that corruption is not just is not going to be solved in one day. You can't just bring in capital punishment and expect corruption to be solved. Capital punishment will not be the solution to corruption. Rather, the solution to corruption will be small and minor solutions coming together to form a larger solution to better Nigeria's society. You also spoke on the fact that it will develop our economy. Well, despite the fact that Nigeria has had the capital punishment, penalties, and all of that, corruption remains prevalent. I would like to make sure that you understand me clearly that capital punishment will never be a solution because it only leads to the death, and as it is being said in African homes, a dead man tells no tale, which means that death is irreversible, and by the time we realize our mistakes in executing the wrong individuals, it will be too late. Thank you.
3 minutes on the dot.
Dead man tells no tale. You take your story with you to the grave.
Exactly.
All right. We heard you clearly. OMA-BENEDI Excel. It wasn't just Bernard ETOMI Samuel who was listening. We were listening also. And yes, you have heard the rebuttal from these two fiery young 13-year-olds. I don't know, the 13-year-old on fire.
Someone said fire.
Is it just
fire has jammed fire. Well done, boys. Nigerian for una do well. I'm proud of the boys. That's what Peter Tiav on the YouTube page actually says.
I think they both deserve another round of applause.
Honestly, they do. You know, they did a good job. I was so spellbound. I was listening intently to both of them when they were making their points.
Yeah, for those asking, they're both 13. All right, they are both 13 and well grounded in what they're talking about. I see that Itodo is with us. The deacon says, "My goodness." I almost just wanted to say it in his voice. And the billionaire Sahel, the returning officer, also just sent fire, fire, fire. I know we feel the heat in the studio also. Peter Tiav says, "Fire have jammed fire." Well done, boys. Nigeria for now do well. I'm proud of the boys. And the guys are equal to the task. Keep it up, says Peter Matu. Abdulaziz Usman said, "Nice one. Well done, boys." Elijah Dion, I see he's from GGSS Piakasa or GSSC. Okay, Government Science Secondary School Piakasa. You mentioned it actually. James Madaki Omo. These guys are on fire. And Ojolu, Brekele guys, all the best. And Ekesin Sunday, well done, boys. A lot of commendation. Do you have any on Facebook? WhatsApp?
Yeah, I don't have the Facebook here.
You do not? I'm sorry.
Yeah, just the WhatsApp.
Okay, then.
I'm sorry, YouTube.
To the judges, these kids are something else. They will definitely go farming press. Thank you, Nigeria Info. Jiken Emmanuel Kudili Ede from Madala sent that one in. Pastor TJ, who's listening live from Dubai, says, "I can tell you for free that these children in the studio are professors, more eloquent than some of the people representing us at the National Assembly." I didn't say, the guy who said he's in Dubai, I don't know if they can hold him. He said the children are very eloquent. See fire. Nigeria, God bless you. Are these guys really 13? Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Some of the comments there, and quite a number of the comments also on our Facebook page. You say you're not there, but from Bernard Alipo to Sunday Samsung, they're all proud of the boys. And Lauren Andre is proud, totally proud of them and their performance. All right, now that you have it, I hope your head is not all swollen up and you're ready to give us your fine finishing, because sometimes all of the encomium can get to your head and you start to get comfortable.
It's okay.
Do not get too comfortable.
It's okay. Let their heads swell. They deserve it, seriously. I've really, really been so excited listening to them. And, well, we'll get to the closing and see how well it ends there. And sadly, there has to be a winner at the end of the day. And even if it's a tie, we'd have to keep tying and tying until one snaps out.
Yep.
So, basically, I think we'll be taking that in a bit, right?
Yes.
We'll go for the break?
Quick break.
Okay.
I beg to differ. Going back.
Abuja, get ready for I Beg to Differ debate. On
national issue, something as big as capital punishment, eradicating corruption in Nigeria. Well, you think the younglings are not listening, eh? And they don't understand what is going on? You'll be surprised. They are capable of depth, analytical reasoning, logical conclusions. I mean, it's not a head mentality where one person says everybody agrees. You can see the independent reasoning they bring to the debate, which we're proud of. We have ETOMI Samuel Benard and OMA-BENEDI Excel. ETOMI Samuel Benard is from Joel Modern School. OMA-BENEDI Excel is from Government Science Secondary School, Piakasa Maitama. They're taking on the motion, capital punishment will eradicate corruption in Nigeria. ETOMI supports the motion. OMA-BENEDI begs to differ. And I beg to differ debate. Just remember, it's brought to you by PressPay NG, 3J's Restaurants and Hotel, and Quarterfly Travels and Tour. We're in the semi-finals. One of them will get to the finals and face off with another opponent who would make the second battle.
And you forgot to mention that the winner goes home with
1 million naira. It's not a child's play. That's why they're not talking like children. They're sounding very mature because they are coming out from
you have to activate them
as a
adult mode.
Exactly.
You know how Voltron, I don't know if you watched that thing.
Defender of the Universe.
Defender of the Universe.
Yeah,
you put on a mode, to go against the adversary and all of that. And that's what we're seeing this afternoon.
You're coming as a young person, put on all of that mode and live as a billionaire.
Yeah, exactly.
Or millionaire.
Millionaire, yeah.
Starting from there.
So you can always boast, I make my first million when I was 13 years old. That will come in very handy. Exactly. Okay, so we move. Move? All right.
For the closing, 3 minutes each.
3 minutes. And ETOMI, I guess, are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so your 3 minutes to close your point. Remember, 1 million naira is at stake. If that motivates you, your time starts now.
Okay, I would like to buttress 2 more points that my opponents made for conclusion. Before I conclude, my opponents... I would also mention that we should leave these decisions to EFCC. Yes, I buttressed that we should leave the capital punishment to EFCC, but we should also encourage these anti-corruption agencies to also implement capital punishment as a system to eradicate corruption from our beloved fatherland. Also, I would also like to say that capital punishment has only been implemented in the murder and recently in the drug trafficking basis and not in the corruption. Hence, corruption is widespread in Nigeria, but not murder, and drug trafficking is beginning to reduce gradually. So with this, I will begin my conclusion. In conclusion, we all know that capital punishment has been a cankerworm eating deep into the fabrics of our society. It's not unknown that today our commonwealth is in the hands of few individuals due to this evil factor. Capital punishment as a strategy to destroy corruption in Nigeria, it would deter potential offenders from recommitting this crime, reduce recidivism, promote a culture of integrity among the populace, and also it has its economic and social benefits by enhancing efficient resources, improving public service, and also enhance public development. Countries like China, Japan, Saudi Arabia, and Saudi Arabia have implemented this road as a perfect strategy to combat against corruption in all its forms. Hence, we know these countries as very prosperous and they are well recognized in the national arena. My dear panel of judges, accurate timekeeper, my efficient moderator, and my co-debater, and my attentive audience, I urge all of us to join hands together to advocate for capital punishment as the most efficient way to combat against this evil factor that has led to decadence in our society. Thank you.
Okay. All right.
Thank you very much, ETOMI Samuel Benard. I was almost stretching my hand out to Swat to just hold hand with her. He asked us all just to join hands together.
The way you call ETOMI Benard with a lot of emphasis, Kim, I was wondering, is everything okay?
He speaks with emphasis, right? ETOMI Samuel Benard. All right, he's giving us his closing argument. It's time for us now to hear from OMA-BENEDI Excel.
All right, OMA-BENEDI, remember, close your eyes. Imagine that 1 million naira in your name. A millionaire at 13. I'm sure you would want to make posts about this some years from now. So, 3 minutes is your last moment to make an impression on the judges, and it starts running now.
I remain Excel OMA-BENEDI of Government Science Secondary School, Piakasa, and I would like to establish clarity on the fact that I never stated that the EFCC or the ICPC should be responsible for capital punishments. Rather, I stated on the fact that we should modernize them and develop them for the betterment of our economy, which you seem to care so much about, because you spoke on the fact that China, Japan, and Saudi Arabia are all embodying capital punishment to better their economy. I'd like to identify the fact that most of these countries, which you have stated, have already surpassed Nigeria in terms of economic viability and have already gone far in the terms of international economy. And Nigeria, sadly, is at the grassroots. We are developing. And I'd like to identify that the fact that capital punishment is a viable choice for these countries is because of the fact that they have already developed, reducing the rate of corruption. Capital punishment is only there to ensure that it doesn't continue. Most of these countries have already curbed corruption, not using capital punishment, but by developing their sectors. And I believe that if Nigeria emulates the same, we can also reduce corruption and crime in our beloved nation. You spoke on drug trafficking. You spoke on the fact that the capital punishment was only applied for drug trafficking. It's still not effective because we can see trailers, trucks of drugs, cocaine, heroin, marijuana, you name it, I identify it. And I can also say the fact that capital punishment has been used to tackle this has not reduced them, because it's not capital punishment that has reduced drug trafficking in Nigeria today, ETOMI. It is rather the forces, the NDLEA, working tirelessly to ensure that Nigeria becomes a better place without drugs and drug trafficking. You spoke on the fact, you spoke again on the fact that the capital punishment to be a deterrent effect. Nigeria remains high on the International Corruption Index, and none of us can argue with that. The fact that capital punishment may have helped China, Japan, and Saudi Arabia doesn't mean that it will do the same for us. Countries differ, people differ. No one is the same. Our fingerprints are different in every single way. And I would like to say that the effect of capital punishment on China, Japan, and Saudi Arabia may not be similar or as pleasant for them as it will be for us. So I'd like to identify that capital punishment is not a solution. Rather, it will be detrimental to our progress. And in your earlier stages of the debate, you spoke on the fact that we can better our economy, our institutions. I'd like to identify that rather than focusing on capital punishment, we should focus on developing what we already have. Focus on making Nigeria a better place, because if you live in a world, if you live in a utopia, what is there for you to be corrupt about? You have all your needs provided, your food, shelter, and clothing. You are certain that every day that you wake up, these three needs are covered. What need is there for you to engage in corruption? I believe that if our Nigerian government should indulge in the proper alternatives, such as long-term imprisonment, life imprisonment, license revocation, and much more. We believe that Nigeria will hail thee, which sends a clear message of national unity and unison, will become a reality rather than embodying capital punishment in our constitution, creating another detriment to our society. Thank you.
All right. OMA-BENEDI is a moving train. We had to stop him with the clock and the bell. All right. So you have heard from OMA-BENEDI Excel closing solidly with his argument, standing on the motion, totally disagreeing that capital punishment will fix corruption in Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, you've heard them. You've heard their presentation. You heard their rebuttal. You heard their closing. And it's left for us to wait with bated breath to hear what the judges have to say, because the judges have been listening with rapt attention.
As we wait, it's okay for you to express your excitement. It's very valid, because I'm equally excited. Kimberly is excited, and we heard it in our voice too. Chipat says, wow, honestly, these kids are awesome. I give kudos to them, their teachers and parents. I'm pleased. Well, thank God you are pleased. We are all pleased, aren't we? Osita Local Man says what is this? Furious. I don't know what word that is. He said, I would advise that the timekeeper gives a warning signal before the last one. I'm Osita from Tudung Wada. 3 minutes is a short time. So what warning you want me to give? But I'm sure they're very conscious of it, and they train themselves to understand the 3 minutes. Essien Godwin, you said, my first time seeing their faces. These guys are on fire. Man, this is Sapphire on fire. All right, nice rhyme there. Chipat, we see yours. He said, Nigerian for Abuja, thank you for bringing this to our ears. I love you, my best radio station. Kudos. Anieka Nekpe, we see your message here. You said these children are bringing back the spirit of debate to me. Indeed, Nigeria is blessed. While Peter Tiaf said, let me allow the judges to do their job because for me, I don't know the winner. They both are great and impressive.
Oh boy, that fast. You know, my heart actually skipped.
Why do we have a change of returning officer?
It's the semi-finals.
Oh yes. So we have a new face, right?
Okay. Boy.
You can
the big one steps forward.
Approach the bench.
With a verdict from the judges.
Thank you so much.
And even as a moderator, I was not ready.
All right.
I was not ready at all. I needed time, honestly, to get this together. And yes, the verdict have come in from the judges. And one of them will get to the finals. On Monday, 3 p.m., we'll be facing off one of the ladies who will be joining us any minute now once we're done with this. So Abuja, if you're ready, here we go. Supported by Press Pay NG, 3J's Restaurant and Hotel, Call to Fly Travels and Tour. ETOMI Benard Samuel, 13-year-old from Joe Modern School. For your presentation, you got a 6. Your rebuttal, 2. Your closing score, 3.5. Your style of presentation earned you 11. A total, 22.5. Applaud him. Oh. OMA-BENEDI Excel, 13-year-old from Government Science Secondary School, Piakasa, Maitama. For your presentation, you got a 6. For your rebuttal, you got a 6. For your closing, you got a 6. Your style of presentation earned you 18, and in total, you got a 36. So, after this very fiery, intense round by the two gentlemen in the studio, OMA-BENEDI Excel will get to the finals on Monday. Congratulations to you.
OMA-BENEDI Excel, congratulations. You have emerged once again the winner. How does that feel?
I feel elated. I feel proud.
Well, you should be proud of yourself. ETOMI, how do you feel now?
I still feel elated. I feel proud of myself for having the
Oh my God.
I am
proud of you. This is beautiful. I love that confidence. I love that, that's the mindset of a winner.
I mean, getting to the semi-finals from the round of 16, having to tackle orders to get here is impressive.
Honestly.
And I'm sure there's a lot you've learned that you're going to take if, you get to another platform for another debate. Quite impressive. Congratulations to you, my boy.
Thank you.
All right. So, those of you who are saying, I don't know, the judges. You have handed the responsibility to judges. They have given you back the result. And so far, so good. I'm not seeing any placard saying we no go agree. Everybody agrees that OMA-BENEDI Excel goes to the finals. Congratulations one more time. Brilliant. All right. We'll take a quick break, and once we're done with the quick pictures, we'll take with our semi-finalists. We'll have the next set of debaters join us in the studio and hopefully get one person to join Excel.
We're not taking the calls today.
Oh, all right. We might just do that quickly. What's happened to the phone line?
I think our WhatsApp line is the only avenue you can get across to us.
Let's take 3 phone calls quickly. 0809-9930-137. The engineer should help us, please, put our phone lines back together. It's down for now.
Hello, good afternoon. Hello.
Okay, you can't take the call from here.
Yeah, you have to take it on the screen.
Oh,
yes.
Okay. All right, here we go.
Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am. What's your name?
My name is Rosaline.
Oh, Rosaline, welcome.
It's a beautiful presentation, seriously. I doffed my hat for those guys. 13-year-old, wow, this is so good. Well done, Nigeria Info. Well done, ETOMI. Well done, Excel. You're both winners. Any day, any time. You're both winners. And God bless your teachers and your parents for putting you through this work. because it wasn't an easy task. I didn't join from the beginning, but from the point I joined, I feel our government should implement some of the things you said. Thank you. Well done. Well done.
Thank you, Rosaline. Thank you for the encouraging words to the kids.
Indeed.
Okay, drop the call there.
Oh, yeah. I'm a little confused how this works. All right.
Okay, yeah. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What?
Yes. Welcome.
I'm proud of those kids there.
Tell us your name first.
And it's been long. I had debate like this.
So, what's your name?
It's my life. It's been long. And I'm so excited. Even though I'm not there physically, but I'm so excited. They are all winners. No vacuum. I'm proud of them. I pray that the winner we emerge from Abuja Center will beat down Lagos. That is nice.
Thank you. See, Abuja people have rested dreaming. They dreaming. Let's go and finish Lagos. Mortal Kombat. Finish them. Shoot them and spit them out in Lagos. Collect that mainland bridge and bring it back.
I hear you. Why not fourth mainland? Add it up with the third mainland and leave them bereft of bridges. Hello? Hello?
I keep forgetting I have to pick from here. All right, we have this caller.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Dr. Zil from Latam.
All right, Dr. Zeal, go ahead. The kids are listening.
I am surprised. There is a winner. Excel is always excelling, and he has done it again. So, and I am not disappointed because, like I said, I've been looking for me and I thought that I still really do the job, I suppose. Excel, kudos. And the other...
ETOMI Benard.
Yes, I also have to commend you. That's the point. You know, in every fight I must be a fine winner.
Indeed.
So then you too, some other day may be the one. So keep it up. Kudos to everyone. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that. And they did their schools proud. I wish them all. I wish our senators are listening. Jace has dragged people from the red chamber into this debate hall. That's quite interesting. What am I not doing right, Sweat, in picking this phone call?
Okay, so you go to the screen where it is showing, click on it. Then when it expands, then you can take it.
Okay.
You get?
I see. I see. All right. Hello?
Okay,
Hello, team. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Welcome.
Tony from Guarimpa.
Okay, thank you for joining.
You two great ladies are doing a great job.
Thank you.
They are great glass and their presentation was very, very great. I only say congratulations to them. And I wish them the best in all their future endeavors. Congratulations. Excel and ETOMI. God bless you.
Thank you, Mr. Tony. Thank you for your kind words.
All right. Excel's use of the word, I feel elated. Wow, he said. And this is the final call we're taking.
No, don't take it from there.
Oh, okay. It took one here.
Thank you, Billy. Okay, just if it's showing green, just click on it.
Okay.
Good. Yep.
Is it in?
Yes.
Did I pick the call? You
Hello?
missed it.
Okay, it didn't stay.
No.
Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon.
Yes, my name is Annie Joseph.
Yes, Annie Joseph, welcome.
Thank you. Wow, I'm very, very impressed. See, I have been listening, but I have not even made an attempt to call since this debate, but these guys have impressed me. I'm proud of both of them. In fact, I don't know what to say. But the only thing I just want to say is we have impartial judges. You know, when the debate was on, I was just waiting for the final verdict, and I was not disappointed. I say congratulations to everybody. I say congratulations to Nigeria. I say congratulations to Nigeria. Going somewhere. God bless Nigeria.
God bless Nigeria.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hello, Pastor TJ.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
We can hear you. Welcome.
I just want to tell children that sky is their starting point, not their limit. In fact, Ezel, your name is working for you. You're going to go higher in Jesus' name. And now, this opportunity to appeal to Nigeria government, maybe it is time for us to begin to listen to our children. Maybe there is a time they will give them maybe a session in National Assembly for children to come and pour their own wisdom so that our elders can borrow from their wisdom. Because these children, they are loaded. God bless Nigeria. I'll take it from Dubai. God bless you all.
All right. Thank you so much, Pastor TJ. There's so many comments, so many of them. We can't read all of them, but we have to wrap up. Thank you, Pastor TJ, and make way for the next set of debaters. Let's just get ETOMI Benard Samuel. I'm sure there are a lot of people who supported you. There's your teachers, your school, your parents who helped you with the research, where you were burning the candle and understanding all of these issues. I'm sure you want to send out shout outs, appreciate people who were there for you as much as we appreciate you for being, an excellent mind on this debate team.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. I want to say thank you for everyone that supported me. I want to say thank you to my father, my mother, my siblings.
Call their names.
My father?
Yes, Mr. and Mrs.
Okay, Mr. and Mrs. ETOMI Benard Odiaka and Mrs. and my sister ETOMI Uyo Praise, my brother ETOMI Radmi Excellence. I want to thank everyone that supported me and believed in me.
Yeah, thank you very much, and your school, all the teachers, we appreciate that. Thank you so much. All right, ETOMI Benard Samuel will be taking a back seat as Excel moves forward to the finals. We'll see you on Monday, Excel.
Won't we give him opportunity to also say thank you?
No, he will come on Monday.
Okay,
if he wins or loses on Monday, he will say his thank you at that point.
All right.
All right? So get your moment in the sun on Monday.
All right.
All right, Buja, this is where we'll wrap up this round of the debate. The second set will be coming in for the semi-finals, and I hope they make quite an impression on you like the first set did. Beg to Differ is brought to you by Press Pay NG, 3J's Restaurant and Hotel, Call to Fly Travels and Tour. We'll be back, people.
I beg to differ.
This is Nigeria Info.